Take your first mountain pose of the day, allowing yourself to come to standing, equal standing. So shoulders are over top of the hips, and hips are over top of the ankles, and then the palms are facing forward. So then close your eyes. Just take a moment to notice what's happening in your breath. Just noticing how it's feeling this morning. Maybe it's slow, maybe it's quick, maybe it's full, or maybe it's shallow. Just noticing without changing it at first how it's feeling. And then focus on your body. Notice how your body's feeling. Do a quick body scan from the toes all the way up to the crown of the head, taking note of anything that sticks out to you along the way. Perhaps things that are sore or tight. And take a deep breath, deepest breath you've taken yet today, and hold it at the top. Stand a little taller. Close your eyes, squeeze your face, squeeze your hands, squeeze everything in your body. Hold that breath. And then as you exhale, soften, let everything go. Do that twice more. So as you inhale, fill out, really take up space, expand, hold at the top, squeeze. And then exhale, let it all go. Last one, your own pace. Take your time, no rush. Then let your breath return to a natural rhythm. Just allow your body to wiggle around. So notice what feels good and just allow your body to do it. Take a few breaths just to move, just to be with your body, sensation in the body. So blink your eyes open. Take your left hand over your belly, your right hand over your chest. Exhale out all of your air. Empty out your entire diaphragm. Gaze down. Squeeze everything in towards your midline. Gaze into your belly button. As you inhale, soften that. Breathe into your left hand. Good. And then breathe up into your chest. Notice that right hand rising. Breathe all the way up into the throat. The gaze rises. The throat opens. As you exhale, empty throat first. Gaze down, then chest, then belly. Good. So watching yourself breathe. Take 2 more rounds of Durga breath, filling from the bottom to the top, emptying from top to bottom. Release your hands at your sides. Take your mountain pose again. Close your eyes one more time. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice this morning that helps you to come back to that place where you are moving, breathing, thinking in a connected way, feel free to bring whatever that is to mind. Take a deep breath in, focusing on that, knowing you can always come back there. Connecting on that inhale, hold it at the top. To exhale, let it go and flow. Let it come back. Blink your eyes open. Try to use that whole Durga breath, that whole inhale to drive your sun side. As you inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Gaze up, push your palms together. As you exhale, soften your knees, tilt from your pelvis, fold with a long spine. As you inhale, lift your spine halfway up, extend from crown to tail. And as you exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step back into a tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. As you inhale, drop your belly down, pull your chest through and gaze up. And as you exhale, empty throat, chest, and belly, coming all the way back to cat. When you're ready, curl your toes under. Lift your hips high to down dog. Pedal out to your feet, move freely here. Just try to stay connected with your breath, noticing how your breath is feeling, how your body's feeling, how they may interact. They may be not talking, so try to help them, assist them with communication by connecting. Connect to that breath, body, mind. Good. Find stillness, bring your hands under shoulders, shoulder width apart, feet, hips width apart. Take 1 breath in here. Inhale, lift your hips high onto your toes. As you exhale, press your chest back towards your thighs and lower your heels, making space in the backs of the legs. Take 1 more breath. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. And use your whole inhale to slowly make your way forward to your hands. Lift your spine halfway up. And as you exhale, fold forward, soften everything, let it go. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides, keep your knees soft, lift your whole spine, lift up, gaze up, palms pressed. Exhale, hands down through heart center and release. Good, take a breath in, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. As you exhale, rolling down your back, soften, take 2 more. And then move in the opposite direction. As you inhale, squeeze behind, lift up. And as you exhale, forward and down. 2 more. And then find somewhere that's about halfway, taking your mountain pose. Close your eyes, check in, maybe return to your intention, return to your breath for sure. Deepening your inhales and your exhales, noticing your body. Good, here we go, right on through, 1 breath per motion. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Gaze up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift your spine halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, bend your knees, bend your hands, step back. You can take tabletop, you can take high plank. And as you inhale, you're going to shift forward if you're a high plank. And as you exhale, you're going to lower halfway down. You can take this from the knees too. As you inhale, you can come up to upward facing dog or cobra or that cow pose. And then as you exhale, you can go back to cat, or you can come all the way back to downward facing dog. And eventually, wherever you are, we're going to meet in down dog for 3 rounds of breath, in through the nose and out through the mouth, lion's breath. Really sigh it out, don't worry about what it sounds like. And then bend your knees, gaze forward when you're ready. Use an inhale to make your way up to the hands, lift halfway. And as you exhale, fold forward, soften. As you inhale, sweep your arms out, lift the whole spine up, press palms up. Exhale, hands down, heart center, let it go. 1 breath in and out. Beautiful work. Bring your big toes together, little space between your heels. You're going to squeeze the legs together and then sit the weight back. Reach the arms up. Externally rotate your shoulders and try to pull them down the back. Good. So trying to increase the space between the shoulders and the ears. We tend to do this a lot when we're stressed. Good. Take an inhale to lift just the spine. You keep the length in your whole spine and then try to sit your hips down just a little bit without sacrificing the length. You'll do that again. Inhale, just a little more length. Beautiful. Exhale, sit a little more. Amazing. Just 1 more. Here we go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit. Empty it all out, forward fold. Inhale, lift your spine halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees, bend your hands, make your way into whatever vinyasa flow you prefer. So you can take that cow and cat. You can take that upward dog and down dog, cobra, any combination really. Listening to your body, finding your appropriate flow this morning, what feels best for you. And then breathe it out here. So take this as a fluid down dog again. We started out moving, let's continue. You can pedal your hips, you can nod your head yes, no. Use your breath here. The deeper, the fuller, the better. Just take 2 more. And bring weight into your right foot. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Bend your knees, stack your hips gently. Wiggle out your foot, your knee, your hip joint. Let it all move freely and breathe. As you inhale, go ahead and lower that foot back to the mat, and then step the other foot down, other foot up, right leg bends, knee, wiggle out hip, breathe. you inhale, straighten that right leg behind you, and as you exhale, bend your knee, try to tuck it towards your nose, and then step it through. We're gonna take our high lunge. So we're gonna step the feet and hips width apart. We're gonna bring the front knee over top the front ankle, weight in the legs. Try to stack those hips about halfway between those legs, and then the shoulders right over top the hips. The back knee can bend a little here too. So try to keep the low back long by tucking that pelvis under. You can use the strength of the core to lift up on the pelvic floor. It's like doing a kegel to squeeze, and then pulling it back in toward the midline. So this is the section that we get with Uddiyana Bandha, which is sort of the lifting in the bottom of the core. Good. So with all that, try to breathe on top of it. Good. Just one more inhale and exhale here. And then as you inhale next time, lift up. As you exhale, bring your hands down and step back. Option to take a vinyasa here, or you can just meet in your down dog today. Down dog, take a rounded breath in through the nose, side out the mouth. And then bring weight into your right leg. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Opposite leg. When you're ready, squeeze it as you exhale, step it through. Take your time setting up. This side may feel different than the last. So again, before we totally sink into the posture, we want to find that Uddiyana Bandha, which is that lifting inwards. That relies on Mula Bandha, which is the root thought. This is the very bottom. So that's the lift, the squeeze upwards at the bottom. And then Uddiyana Bandha, we sort of squeeze it back and lift it up. All right, so we're light in the torso, and we're softening in those legs. Use your breath here. As you exhale, try to soften. And as you inhale, try to create a little more length. And the next inhale, reach up, lift. And as you exhale, bend your knees, land your hands, step back. Option to take the vinyasa here, flowing through, or option to just come straight to downward facing dog. In down dog, we're going to drop the knees, drop the toes, and take a child's pose. Take a few moments to set up and find what feels best for your body. So you might want your knees apart. This will send more of the stretch into the hips if you're tight there, or you might want the knees together. And this is going to send more of the stretch in the low back. So take a few moments to find whichever child's pose feels best for your body. And then go ahead and settle in. Take a few deep breaths here. Noticing how your body is feeling. So we're about halfway through practice, well through the really active part. We still have a little more work to do, so just taking a moment to check and notice how that mind-body-breath connection is feeling. And when you're ready, slowly start to come back into your tabletop position. And take a few rounds of cow and cat just to work through the spine. As you inhale, drop your belly down, peel the chest through, gaze up. And as you exhale, bring your chin back, chest back, belly back. Good. So see if you can keep Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, the awareness there, and really find them at the bottom of the exhale. So that's where the magic happens in the locks, in these energy centers that we can sort of squeeze and lift at the very bottom of the exhales especially. When you're ready, go ahead and curl your toes under, lift your hip high, bend your knees, pedal it out, down dog. Take a few rounds of breath here to let go, soften your body, just be here. When you're ready, bend your knees, gaze towards your fingers. As you inhale, step forward, lift halfway. And as you exhale, fold, bend your knees, squeeze your legs together, sit your hips back, reach your arms up, take your chair pose. Good. As you inhale, lift, and as you exhale, sit down. Good. Keep that length. Inhale a little more. Good. Keep it. As you exhale, sit down. Amazing. Stay there. One more. Inhale a little more length. Amazing. Then as you inhale next time, rise all the way up, push your palms together. Exhale, hands down, heart center. Let it go. Amazing work. So we're going to flow one breath through, one breath per movement. So we're on the scar A. We're not going to take our full warriors just yet. We're just going to move straight through that high lunge, one breath per movement. Here we go. Inhale, sit back, reach up, chair pose. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa, your exhale, your inhale, your exhale, all the way to downward dog. And then use your inhale to lift your right leg up and back. Exhale to step it through. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale to come down and back. Make your way through your vinyasa. And then inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, step through. Inhale up. And exhale down and back. Take your vinyasa and we'll all meet in down dog for 3 rounds of breath. Down dog, notice how your heart rate may have changed, how your breath rate may have changed, how your body's feeling, how your mind is feeling. Check in, notice. Bring weight into your left leg. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Exhale, step it through. Then inhale, come all the way up. We're taking warrior 2. So we're gonna come on up. We're gonna straighten the legs to start. Hands on the hips. We're gonna heel toe that front foot in so that it bisects. It goes straight through the back of the, or straight through the center of the back foot. And then the hips are gonna be parallel to the long edge of your mat. And the shoulders are stacked over top of the hips. Good. So we're gazing out over those front fingers. Try to soften your gaze, relax. Before you go in, try to come from that place of groundedness, relaxation. As you inhale, lift. And as you exhale, go ahead and start to bend your knees, sink into your hips. This might feel like it's not a right stretch for you. You can adjust the space between your feet here, so you can scoop that front foot forward or back. Awesome. So once you find the space you're going to work with, really commit to the breath here. So as you exhale, you're going to soften the muscle tone, soften the muscle tissue, relax. As you inhale, you're going to try to make more space in the spine. One more breath here. Go ahead and inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, send your hips back, reach forward. Try to keep a little bend in that front foot. You're going to exhale and fold forward. You take the back of the palm and press it into the shin. You can also touch the ground, or you can take an object to give yourself a little length. And then you're going to lift that other arm up and twist toward the ceiling with the whole torso. Go ahead and rise all the way up. Inhale. You exhale, sink to warrior 2. Put your hands down. Step your right leg back. Flow through your vinyasa. One round of breath in down dog. When you're ready, we'll take the other leg. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step through. Inhale, come on up. Take your time again, setting this up. So just let your breath continue flowing in and out. Set up that warrior two. Sink in. And so see if you can find Mula Bandha here. Lifting, squeezing. See if you can find Uddiyana Bandha, floating that torso upwards. Good. One more breath. And then use an inhale to straighten the leg. Exhale to send hips back. Reach forward again, folding into your triangle pose. So see if you can just allow that twist to happen more so than forcing it here. So as you exhale, you're just going to allow the twist to unfold. And then when you're ready, use your next inhale to slowly reach up. Exhale to warrior two. Go ahead and bring the hands down, step back. Take a vinyasa if you like, even down dog. And down dog, drop the knees, drop the toes, take another child's pose. Find whatever feels best for you at this point in class. So it might be a different position than you had just taken earlier. Again, checking with your breath here. So noticing if you can expand a little more on your inhales, a little more on your exhales. And then very slowly make your way into a tabletop position. We're going to take a deep hip stretch here. We're going to start with the right leg. Scoot the right knee toward the right wrist, and then the right ankle toward the left wrist. And if this already doesn't feel comfortable, you can take this from the back. You can lie on the mat, on the ground, and you can bend your right knee, stack the ankle over top of the left, reach through, and give yourself a little bit of a squeeze as you rest on the ground. So two options, pigeon pose from seated or supine, whichever feels best for your body today. If you're seated, before you fold, try to lift the whole spine up. So as you inhale, you're lifting, and as you exhale, you're folding. Maybe take a few breaths, intermediate lifts. Get into it. And once you're in, you can feel free to continue moving. So you can add some subtleties to your posture here. Just working with your breath, maybe rocking slightly forward and backwards or side to side. Maybe releasing the head, neck, and shoulders. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. Very slowly, with no rush, start to push yourself back up. You can just roll out onto that right hip and scoot the back leg, that left leg around, switching sides. Taking your time to get there. And again, try to use that breath to work your way into the posture. Once you're there, you can use it to sort of guide your movements of the body, of the mind, both combined. And as you're ready, no rush. Start to make your way back out, using your breath, so keeping that connection with the breath. Keeping that leg around. Good. And we're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. This is a great one for the hamstrings. Haven't done this one in a while. So you can separate your feet wide. It doesn't have to be super wide. You can adjust the width to get a different stretch. So the wider you go, you're going to feel it more on the upper inner thighs, the groin area. And if you keep it not so wide, you'll still feel it throughout the whole entire hamstrings. This is great. We want to make sure that we are keeping the knees facing up toward the ceiling, that we're flexing our toes in towards us. We're keeping the legs strong here. So the legs are very active although we're seated. We're going to press through the heels. We're really lengthening the legs here. We don't want to lock out the knees. So we're going to keep a slight micro bend in there. And then really pull those toes towards you. As you inhale, you can lift your whole torso up. And as you exhale, you're going to fold from the pelvis, so the hips first, trying to keep that long spine. And then at some point, you're going to have to fold the spine too. And you can just relax, melt your spine forward. Allow your head, neck, and shoulders to relax and breathe. One more inhale, exhale. And as you're ready, slowly make your way up. Out of it. And move the knees, wiggle it out, let it go. And squeeze your knees in towards you. Bend your knees. Send your feet and hips width apart. Scoot your hips towards your heels and lower yourself all the way down onto your mat, one vertebra at a time. You can use your hands and your forearms to help yourself lower down. Then you can go ahead and reach your arms overhead. Use an inhale to stretch the whole torso. And then exhale to squeeze your knees into your chest. You can rock and roll side to side, forward and back. Make circles on the ceiling in one direction and or the other, whatever feels good. And then you can take a happy baby if you like, grabbing the outer edges of the feet or the big toes, pulling them in towards you. You can take an inversion, lifting the legs up. Take a supine twist. Whatever helps you to make your way into final resting pose, Shavasana. And you can go there whenever you're ready. Your final position, wherever you are, slowly start to deepen your breath. And then slowly make your way into a comfortable seated position. You can bring the hands together at the center of the chest. Close your eyes. Let your chin come forward. And take a few moments of gratitude for yourself. Taking time out of your morning, focusing on that connection that we can make between mind, body, and breath. Such an honor to do that with you this morning. We can take one final round of breath together, starting with a deep exhale, emptying out all of the air. And slowly fill belly, chest, throat. Exhale, throat, chest, belly. Amazing work this morning in Peace Your Peace. It's always an honor to practice with you. The light on the outer side of you, which means namaste.